welcome back to Railway Empire 2, and we are on campaign chapter number 4. So, as guessed, it's only going to get more difficult from here moving forward. We're going to be starting, where does it say? Start in Houston and cross the Louisiana swamps to New Orleans. There's 19 cities in this one. We're going to be using the Lady for this one. Factory and rural business upgrades are 30% cheaper. All new buildings within a city are 50% cheaper, but personnel cost 15% more. So again, we don't have much of a choice. We have to go with what we've got. So let's head straight into this scenario and see where it takes us.
One of the main opponents of my dream that night was the manufacturer. I knew I could not underestimate her. During my time in America, I had seen what industrialists like her could accomplish. The Southern Pacific Mammoth Transcontinental Project was to connect San Francisco with New Orleans. To complete the final piece, the Southern Pacific had bought out a local railroad company, the Texas and New Orleans Railroad. During the Civil War, the Texas and New Orleans had provided a vital supply route. Now, nearly a decade later, however, its network was dilapidated and nearly unusable. If the Southern Pacific wanted to cross the Louisiana swamps, it would have to find the right investor to do it.
You sure took your time getting here. I don't tolerate sloppiness like that in my company. Now you work for Collis Potter Huntington, and I didn't help create the first 2 transcontinental railroad routes by ever allowing mediocrity. We will make history. After all, I didn't buy up the Texas and New Orleans Railroad for the hell of it. When we're done here, a single railroad will stretch from the Atlantic to the Pacific, the first of its kind. I shall call it the Sunset Route. Your job will be to take care of the last stretch of the route, the heart of it, so to speak, from Austin to the mouth of the Mississippi. I have a huge project to oversee, so I'll give you plenty of elbow room. The Texas and New Orleans is a shadow of what it once was. The old glory has sunk into the swamp, and only East Texas has a small remnant left. This is where you start. Create a foundation for us to build on.
Okay guys, so we're going to start by pausing the game, and we're going to look at what we've got going on. So task wise, we need to connect 5 businesses to your rail network before June 1874, so that's the same year, and then before the end of the year we need to have at least 90,000 citizens in Austin, Houston and Beaumont. So first of all, I think we need to be connecting them. We've got a crappy train line here in the middle which we're going to first off get rid of straight away, and because we want different stations there, and then unfortunately, because there's another little station here, I don't think we can just about run our new line here in Austin. We can't physically delete this station, so unfortunately for now we're just going to stay stuck with that little independent track, which isn't going to cause us much of a problem. I don't think there's actually any train lines running on it, but is it worth spending 400,000 to get rid of it? Possibly not. So our headquarters is actually over here in Beaumont. Beaumont's got beer, Houston's got beer, and Austin's got meat. So we're going to need to make sure that we are supplying corn and meat and stuff like that. So I think the first task will be to connect the 3 cities one dedicated line. We can eventually open up the lines, but what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to do that to the second line. Just make sure there's nothing costing us too much money, because it is a fairly expensive line. And I'm doing it on the second line for now, so that we can eventually open up the next couple of lines coming in, just to help free up the goods and stuff, because these are going to be quite busy lines, I think. So that's our first one, and then we're going to run a rural. We want to obviously incorporate that, and might as well make use of the tracks. So we'll run that from there to there, and the same again. I'm just running it into the second line so that we can put a side in there a little bit later once it gets a bit busier. And then let's get a connection in Beaumont. The problem with Beaumont is, of course, you don't have a lot of room to play, so you could do it that side. That's where you want to feel. And we're going to just run the second line there. So we've got one complete line now that runs between the three, with our tracks all running the same way. Let's make sure we get a couple of supply towers. So one there, one between there, and one between that run as well. And let's get some rails on the go. So we're going to do all three there like that. Let's get 2 trains running. So we can then also look at getting, let's do, in fact we'll use that side-in track there straight away. And what we'll do is we'll run a new rail line that goes from Roberts Rest to Houston, and we'll run it on line number 1, minimum of 8. According to your settings made, your train line cannot perform any actions at Roberts Rest. Check your settings, do not have any necessary stops. Yeah, we're going to put a warehouse here. So let's put a maintenance depot, and let's also put a warehouse. And in that warehouse, we're going to put wheat and sugar. Do you know what I think we've just done? Let's just pause it. I think we're just a little bit too far out there, guys. Annoyingly. Just that little bit too far out. Let's continue to run that third line there anyway. Just as we did before. Start back up. You'd never know. You'd never know. Let's press play. Make sure that we have that. We want that running on that first line. So that will run on that first line when it starts. Now we need to also get a train line running from here. And as you can see, guys, it really does eat the money really quickly in this scenario. I'm just going to run this in on one line for now, guys. We can adjust that later. That's not an issue. Runs in with only 8 wagons. I think we didn't add the train then. There we go. Yeah, we've got that train running now. So now that connects 2 out of 5. And we want both of these being connected here. So that is a double line. And we're going to run that into the same line we're already using here, guys. And we're going to run a train with, it's got to have 8 wagons minimal. Confirm that. Let's make sure we put a supply tower on that run as well. Austin to Houston. What we want to do in Austin is we're going to want to put a warehouse there as well, guys, and it's going to want corn and wood to start with. And look at that, we're already out of money, and we've still got one more station to get connected at least. Meat, we've got plenty of meat moving, and we've got beer moving on the other line. To be fair, a few more trains would benefit this line. Oh, we've got our first connection bonus, so that now means we can look at connecting this wood line as well. And that's probably going to be quite an important line eventually, running up towards Dallas. And again, we are going to run this in on the same line.
I'm relieved to see that you can probably at least tell a wheel from a chimney.
So we just need a bit more money to complete that line. So we get that done. Get the gridirons done. And there we get that running to there like that. Minimum of 8 wagons. As soon as we've got that 68, we can run that train as well. There we go. So that now should start all of the cities growing, hopefully at least. We've still got 27,000 people to get in by the end of the year. And we can't really afford to put an immigration office in. It might be that we have to. So Austin's growing. Austin to Houston's being serviced. So we need to probably up the trains now between them three, just to help get everywhere growing now. But as the trains start to land, obviously they will instantly start to grow. So Dallas is locked behind there. They're all locked behind there as well. We do have the option to head further down to Brownsville, which is meat. That's beer as well. So meat and beer are not really going to help us in the long run. This train line here is not doing anything. I don't think they've got a train on it. Whoever's running it. We've got people waiting, but no actual train running. So that's pointless. Austin's growing quickly now. Train going up to Beaumont, which should be taking wheat and meat, so that hopefully will start growing as well. And that one is arriving at Houston. So I'd like to see some sugar being taken up. Yeah, there we go. Sugar's being taken up there to Beaumont. So we should see Houston growing and hopefully Beaumont growing very soon as well. That's why I've put that third side in there, just so that when that train is needed, it'll be fine. That's still waiting on goods as well. That one's running. And that one's running as well. So let's get a maintenance depot here, because otherwise we're going to start seeing trains I think we could up that to a fourth train, you know. I reckon we get more goods moving now. Can't use that line. That's a bummer. Let's edit that and get a second train on it, and then just delete that train. that much to do. So Beaumont's now having wood and wheat, which is good. We've got a train on its way to Houston with more wood. Cool, guys. We are growing up to 66. Austin's growing really quickly as well. It's just a shame we haven't got access to like cloth and stuff like that. Because I think cloth would help us. Now let's have a look at the research, what we've not done all the way down here. Let's go all the way back to the start. So that gives an increase in tickets, so we'll start with that. That's an extra 10% in speed, so we'll go with that as well. Maintenance is 5% less, so we'll go with that too. That's 3 kind of quick, easy ones. All 3 cities are now growing. Austin's got 23,000. Houston's got 24. Beaumont's got 20. And there's not really currently a great deal we can do. We're just going to try and obviously keep a bit of money back as well. We could take bonds if absolutely necessary. Currently we could take 653, but the more money we have, the better it is for us in the future. Trains are running full, so lovely jubbly. Not all full, but full enough. Are we getting enough wheat here? Yeah, looks like we are. Don't want to be putting too many trains on if we don't need it. Okay, so Beaumont's now grown. Cool. And we're up to 71,500 people in the region, and every city is growing at the minute, which is great. What we're looking like for corn. Not great. It might just be that it's taken a lot of cows up rather than so it might be actually worth, let's put a second train on there and see what happens. Corn, cows. As long as it's a mixture and we are running up there full, it's worth it. Let's see what this one does. Cows, corn. So that one's going to be running up full as well. So we are, yeah, that's a good shout. Get more goods into the system. So guys, all I can do at this kind of point here is just wait for people to immigrate. So we'll join back in a moment. Okay, so we're almost there. We're in July of this year. I've literally, guys, done nothing else since the last time
I was on. You seem
And just let all the trains run
Why have to
and
worry
land
about the
and
success of your
help
upcoming
build
task.
the 3 cities.
I would have done things differently, but I can't argue with your success. For now, keep up the good work.
Okay, so let's look at our next task. Let's just pause it first so we can see what's going on. Reach 60,000 citizens by the end of December next year in Houston alone, and make 10 different goods available in Austin at the same time. So we need to look at what's going to be actually available in the vicinity. So we've got apples down here. We've got fruit and veg there. So that's another 2, and there's not really a great deal else around the current area. Some apples. So that means we're going to have to look further afield as to what we can provide. Either that, or it's what can we then upgrade to make in our cities, and that needs to be done by June 1876. So we can we'll press play so we can see that Austin will need milk at 35,000 citizens, and fruit and veg veg from 40, and apples from 45,000 citizens. Realistically, we need to be getting cloth or something into the game. Dallas is meat, so that's, again, not really. We're not really opening up our. Let's purchase that. We're not really opening up our palette of what we can afford. Oh, wow. Okay, so we need to get apples, and probably moving up at some point. So we can put a station there. That's not a problem. We can put a station there. That's not a problem. Meat. That's not going to be needed, whatever that is. Sugar is there already. Apples. Milk. Milk comes all the way up from up there. Fayette. Oklahoma. We could purchase that as well. I wonder if we could get a train station from there. We can. That's going to be a disgustingly long train line just to try and get Austin a supply of goods that it's not going to need for a little while. So milk is going to be the next commodity, and that's all the way up there. We need to go through Oklahoma, so we're going to have to get Oklahoma growing. Dallas. Okay, so I think Dallas is going to be our next port of call. Unfortunately, Dallas is just meat as per Austin too. And there's nothing up there in regards to what is that goods? Doesn't need it at all. Okay, so let's get a new train station in Dallas. What planning is that? What have I planned there? Oh yeah. Okay. So let's focus on connecting Dallas to the network. We currently can't afford the rail line. We can afford it now. Dallas isn't really going to make much of a difference to our network, is it? Not with basically nothing running up there. There's nothing there that Austin needs for a commodity. So let's take out our first bond here, guys. Let's do it. Let's focus on getting... Let's focus on this. It might be that Lopez's rest here. We make that 2 trains now. Okay, and then from Dallas we want to be probably going up to Oklahoma, and we want that milk coming to Dallas, I think. So we're going to run from the second line from there to there, 274,000. That is incredible. So that bond we've took out has got one connection complete, basically. So to get Oklahoma to grow, we're going to need all of our goods. We're going to need goods coming into Dallas. Let's get our first train up to Oklahoma. Okay, I'm just trying to work out what we're going to do here, guys, to really get Austin to grow. It needs milk now. It's not far away from fruit and veg. So the fruit and veg is not an issue. The fruit and veg is here. We can sort that out. It's going to be getting the milk. The milk's going to cost the most, and I don't think I want to really progress that far. And what do we put in Austin that's going to help? Ah, who's put tools? Ah, who's put a tool factory there in Houston? Oh my god. Yes, because that's really going to help us, isn't it? Trying to get steel made. How do we get steel? We need that. And we need that. Oh, we could make steel. We could make steel in Austin. Oh. Okay. That's kind of solidified that without even trying there, guys. Okay. So what do we need to make tools? We need wood and steel. Okay. So we need veg. Let's get veg. Let's get veg into the system. We're going to get veg in the system. We're going to do it via that line there. No, we're not. We're going to open up the train line on this side. For some reason that's not going to allow us to use 4 tracks. What? What is going on here? Why is that not going to allow us to use the 4 tracks? Let's pause it. Demolish, 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 demolish. Let's go again. Fix that. There we go. We've got 4 tracks running now. So that just opens up the station for that. So is there anywhere else coal is available, or is it all the way up there? I think it's just all the way up there. So let's get that running in. To there. A new rail line that goes from there to there. Minimum of 8. And we then need to put in the train station fruit and veg. Okay, so let's see how that works. Now, I think we need to open up the train station here at Austin. To help out the connection up to Dallas. I think we could issue another bond, but we can't. I want to get rid of this train line here now. opening up the train station here is going to cost a good bit of money, but we need to really think about what's going on here. To get Austin to grow more, because we need more trains landing, of course. Oh, so the dilemma is, currently we don't have the correct amount of money. We need to get this into Austin, and we need to get this into Austin. Let's have a look at how Oklahoma's doing. 8 out of 24. Because I think Oklahoma's going to be a city as well, and we need to get moving to. So I'm just trying to think here, guys. Just try and like keep a positive sort of like outlook. 60,000 citizens. We're reaching that. We need to be fulfilling that steel at some point in the 10 goods. So we should get another good available soon once fruit and veg heads over to Austin. Yeah, we just need. Fruit and veg landing, really. We'll be fine with that. That will give us our 8. So we need to get meat running to Dallas. Let's have a look at our research. Everything's just so far away, isn't it? We might even have to duplicate that train and then just delete that. There we go, we'll just send another one up there. Austin's still growing, so it's not too bad. We don't have that extra goods going yet. We do. We have another commodity going to Austin, so that'll be number 8. So I think we need to open up our train station at Austin now, and that will then allow us to work properly heading up towards Lopez's Rest and stuff. Because all these trains are just going to clog up pretty quickly. So we'll just wait for that to move. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Right, so we're gonna go. That to there, and that to there, and then we're gonna have that coming out to there. So that gives the 2 lines for that. trains to arrive at Austin without issue. And then we're going to go and look at put in tracks that connect up there. It could be that we do that. Like that. And that to there. It's a little bit more expensive. And I tell you what, we can. We can do that as well. But on Lopez Rest side, we need to delete that and delete that. And do it the other way around so that we can have 4 trains. So we do that. And we do that, and then we do same again on this one. The ability for more trains to be used and arrive, cut through and whatever at that station without incident. Okay, so that's a start. There we go, guys. So we've made a difference there at Lopez's Rest. So what we'll do with that train is we will run that to stop at track. Do you know what? It doesn't really matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to do the same on this side up to Dallas as well in a moment. But that really opens up the door for getting more trains into Austin without incident, really. Because they can use 6 different tracks coming in now. Apart from that, where we get that issue. So let's have a look at Oklahoma now. Is Oklahoma got all its wood? It's got all its wood. So let's get rid of that train. That's not going to be doing anything. Run this save line here for now. To there, and look how quickly we've run out of money again. So what we need to be doing then is getting a train that runs to Dallas with cows. And then we can get a new train that runs from Dallas up to Oklahoma. And then of course get Oklahoma fed with wheat as well. That up just the way we have on the other side, because I feel that this could be a really busy line in the coming future. Going to push a lot more trains down than we can handle. And we'll do the same leading into Dallas in a minute as well. 48,000. Austin's still growing though, to be fair. We've got everything but milk we could do with apples, so that'll be another commodity. Let's get apples. Apples in the go as well now. As soon as we can afford it, of course. Ah, put it into the wrong line. It's so slow this though, guys. Can't issue any more bonds either yet. And we've only got another year to fulfill the 60,000 in Houston. Was it 60,000 in Houston? It was. Houston's growing nicely anyway, so no issue there. I'm hoping that just takes 8 meat. There we go, so that should fulfill that. We can then delete that train after that's landed. And then we just need to get wheat moving. Very, very slow going, guys. There's nothing I can really do here to speed it up. It's just a matter of doing little bit by little bit. If I can get another bond, we will. But I can't at the moment. Oklahoma, yeah, it just now needs wheat. So let's do this. Let's get this wheat moving so we can get Oklahoma as a city. Once we've got it as a city, we can do whatever we need. Oh, we can't afford the train. Come on. Come on. Come on, we just need that little bit of cash for the train. We had over 300,000 then, I don't know what happened to it. I can tell you Dallas isn't growing. Could be an idea to run a train from Houston up to Dallas as well, and we'll just run another couple of lines up. We'll see. actually that would be beneficial, but we now need to start looking at getting these goods supplied. So we need to finish the apple track. Let's get apples running to Houston. And again, minimum of 8. We probably just need to do a little bit of work on Ward Terminal 2. Just adding an extra lay-by. Okay, so Oklahoma is now a city. Cool. So how about we run the train that does Dallas to Austin? Let's edit that. So it does Dallas to Austin, back to Dallas, and to Oklahoma. So that we've now got a train running up to Oklahoma too. And then in Oklahoma we could get we could really do with getting milk stored there and coal stored there. I don't know, not maybe coal stored there, but coal moving through Oklahoma, definitely. And milk moving through Oklahoma, definitely. How much would it cost me to get a track running? Like that. How much would that cost me? 179. But that's good to know. Sugar could go to Dallas too. That would help Oklahoma too. Oklahoma, if we were to put there a warehouse, we could have plenty running. I think I want to sort out the tracks here at Dallas, guys. Yeah, Dallas. So that we can open up this this station a bit more. And more goods can then flow through Dallas without real issue. And then we'll open up it on the other side and everything as well. We'll figure out Oklahoma. In a moment. do the same thing here in Oklahoma. That way you can run 2 lines but have multiple trains running. Okay, happier now. Happier with that now, guys. So let's get in Oklahoma a warehouse. And we're going to get a few goods there for now. We'll just get some wheat stored in there for now. At least that keeps this train busy running with wheat. We want to get a station connected from this one. We've still got the other side of Dallas to sort out as well, but we're getting there, guys. We can take another bond, so let's do another bond. Let's finish sorting out what I wanted to do this side of Dallas. Okay, so that sorts that out. We can now sort that out. So we can get a train running down to... It's going to be a hell of a long journey. But we can do it all the way down to Austin. Yeah, and then we can sort out getting this station joined up as well. Okay, so that will now make us our steel. Cool. Maintenance depot there in Dallas. Yeah, so we've now got all of our commodities in there. Houston is still growing. We're not far off being done, and we're now going to start generating steel, which is good. So we'll get steel taken over to
since this
Okay,
is
so that's
where
all
we
the
will connect
commodities
our roots.
supplied.
Everything you do here will ultimately fall back on me.
Wow, that didn't take long to break down, did it? Now, realistically, we're going to need wood being supplied directly to Houston. So I think it is moving. Right, Dallas is growing. Austin's growing again. Houston has stopped growing. Why? It's got wood, it's got meat, it's got sugar, it's got no clothes. Steel should be on the way. It's got no meal. Yeah. Oh, brilliant! Making dresses over there, just what we need. Yeah, we're going to start making steel now. So. Is something wrong there with the tracks? Doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the tracks. Ah. Yes, there is. Okay, so we've got steel going over there now as well. Cracking. Happy with that, guys. Houston's growing again, so we're going to fulfill that task any moment.
The expansion in this area is progressing more slowly than I would have liked, but at least faster than I expected. Business is booming in East Texas. Your methods are unconventional, but effective. Make sure they don't become
Took
a
quite
liability.
a while that,
Our
guys, to get that
next step is
first
expansion.
task
There
completed.
are some sections in the area that once belonged to the
Right,
Texas and
so
New Orleans,
produce a total of
but
14 loads
so
of wooden planks
Buy
via
them
your
up.
factories and
Spread out.
businesses. Buy 3 private routes, achieving express rail between Dallas and Brownsville. Great, because that's really what I wanted. I really wanted to connect Brownsville up. So we're going to have to buy that. We don't want that anyway. Right, so that's that connection done.
I'm sure you've heard that my Southern Pacific already has a transcontinental rail link with another line. While the Deming connection brings prestige, I still have to share my revenue. This is unacceptable.
So we need to get somewhere we can produce wooden planks along our route somewhere. Maybe we buy that. Maybe once we've got a bit more money, we buy that and put wooden planks there. And we make a new track that goes directly from Lopez Rest. Have we got a maintenance depot? We have there, yeah. The trains are all running in full flow now. We could expand our Beaumont station if we really wanted to. I think that might be a wise idea at some point, and we'll also expand this side here too. I don't really want to make a connection to Brownsville, but it might be worth that we just put a single train that does it. And that'll be fine, I think. Yeah, we'll just do that. We're going to focus in a minute on fixing. What we're going to do? We're going to open up this track. I want to open up this track here, guys, so that we can connect Dallas up with Houston. And we'll even open it up so it's got even more tracks coming in, guys. Beautiful. So a new rail line that goes from Houston to Dallas. Probably only needs 2 trains running. And then we do a cheeky track that goes from Lopez's Rest to Houston too. Now either Houston doesn't need the wood, so in that case we might be okay. But I presume it will need the wood. Or the other thing is, that place can't produce wood quick enough. No, it can. We'll just get rid of that train. We don't need it. So, what we're going to do first is just fix making our connection stronger this side. And again, it's not wanting us to do this, so we're going to just, unfortunately, have to do this again here, guys. There is definitely some bugs in this game. But this will allow us to open up our tracks this side again, because we've got a lot of tracks coming in on one side and not a lot coming out the other. So we want to make sure that we are at least giving them the best opportunity to move. Just run the 2 tracks through there, that's not an issue, and then open up this station, this end now, just to allow more trains if absolutely needed. Absolutely needed. And again, it's not letting us do it. What is going on here? So I think we're now in a position where all of our big stations have got 4 lines at a minimum going in, really allowing the movement of trains. This is right. Okay, so we can press play again now there. So we've got plenty of trains coming in. The only thing we need to really fix again is this. And we're going to bring that into a new line here now. And we'll run a second line now because I think that's going to need potentially more wheat than it has been supplying. Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll fix that now. There we go. So that's fixed. Dallas is growing great. Oklahoma's growing. So let's carry on focusing on our next tasks. So 14 wooden planks. Now I think, yeah, the best thing to do here is to buy the dressmakers, and then once we can afford it, we need to buy it and then put the new building straight in after, so that nothing else becomes an issue. And then we'll focus on our express line running from there. But how much is that going to cost us? 150. Do we buy that now? Yes, let's buy that now so that we can get wood to Beaumont. Pretty sharpish.
So, you are my adversary here. Let's fight a fair fight. Make room. There's a new general in town.
Now, I don't think we're going to bring San Antonio into it at all. I don't think we need to. But what we could do here, guys, is just run a track that goes... No, we probably could. If we just run a track from here straight down to Brownsville, actually achieve what we need. Tight, but I think we could do it, because the train would go straight down there. Now either we just do it around and straight down, and then just delete the whole lot after, because we won't need it. What we've got there, price of locomotives. Right, so let's look at getting this dressmaker's purchase now.
Everything you buy drains your war chest.
Okay, and then we want to demolish the factory. And then we're going to put our sawmills in here. Beautiful. So we've now got sawmills, and then we're going to look at getting our rail line from there directly into Beaumont. 310, that's quite expensive, so we need to get rid of that tunnel. that running. Well, we will have that running. Okay, so that train from there to there. Wagons 8. Train, boom, go. Let's get some planks produced. We're already on that already. And now we can focus on getting... well, we could get that corn connected to Dallas, that would help. Could get sugar connected to Dallas, that would also help. With a warehouse here in Dallas, but for now we just need to focus on getting this last... Oh, we can't go out the side there. What? So what we might have to do, guys, is just run a line that kind of goes... just for now, like that. As long as it doesn't cut the lines, it's not an issue. And if you haven't guessed here, this is what we're doing to get our line from Dallas down to Brownsville. So let's get a station at Brownsville.
I didn't care about this city anyway.
No, I didn't
now
either.
I care even less.
I care even less too. Even less than you, mate. I'm literally doing this because I have to. And I care even less. Let's see if we can do this now. Dallas to Brownsville. We can. Express. Let's just do this. Is the train already on the way? It is. So let's just keep an eye on this. Once it's got the express route on that, we are rocking and rolling, guys. Because the planks won't take that long to achieve. And then we can re-delete the stuff that we just don't need. I can't imagine Brownsville's going to come into this situation at all, at any point.
Hello, neighbor. I'm in town now, too. As of today, we're neighbors at this rural business.
Cool. What rural business is that then? Oh, okay. Okay, he's now in Dallas. Put that there to try and block him a little bit. And then in Dallas we're going to put, because I think we need to, a warehouse with at least corn in it and wood in it if necessary. And a new rail line that goes from there.
It looks like your train is waving the white flag.
How's this looking? We just need to achieve express status on it. In fact, it would help if we were using an express train, wouldn't it? That would help. You know what? We might as well take that bonus because why not? As soon as we got that bonus, we'll delete that as well. Absolute pointless having it.
I can't deny that you exhibit.
Okay, so we've now got that completed with the wooden.
Remind me of some of my business partners in building the Central Pacific Railroad. Not particularly bright on their own, but able to radiate when focused. My sunset route will be something very special. So far, there is no direct route from the
So I've just
Atlantic to
deleted
Pacific.
the train.
Picture this. The main route for major transports still goes by ship around South America. How? What? You're done already? At least
Oh, okay,
that's
so
one
we'll just
person
leave that for
don't
now.
have to hold hands with. Don't
We'll just
let
leave
up
it for
now.
now because we've got the bonus,
Before we
didn't we?
build across swamp territory, we have to produce enough steel for bridges. Meanwhile, expand further northeast. Be careful, however. In this region, the competition has been able to operate uncontested so far.
Okay, so let's just pause it and see what we've got going on now. So before December 1878, produce 13 loads of steel via your factories and businesses. So that's something we're going to have to deal with. Deliver 12 loads of tools to Austin. Buy 20% of stock in General Donovan's company and transport 60 passengers without changing from Dallas to Memphis. So where's Memphis? Jackson. Memphis there. Okay, so we're going to have to cross 2 more states there just to get from Dallas to Memphis, and we need to do that in the next 3 years. So we're going to have to probably buy the steel company here. 1.2 million. We need to get Austin tools to Austin, so we need to get Austin growing more as well. Toilet paper, salt, cheese, whiskey. So is there any salt around? There is milk up there, so we need to get milk really moving. Wow. General Donovan's. This is quite cheap at the minute. Kind of need to get milk. Move in. Ooh, 300. Why is everything so damn expensive?
I hope you don't mind if I build a rural station here, too.
I do mind, actually. I do. So, I think first thing we need to do is buy out his business before it gets too expensive. Yeah, I think first thing we'll do is buy out his business before it becomes too expensive. We can then liquidate it. Before it becomes an issue. So let's do that, guys. Let's get his purchased.
I'm confused. Is this some new tactic? Another key step in the right direction.
So what I'm going to do at this point, guys, is just keep building up money, and then I'm just going to buy up his franchise. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I've had a quick look at the steel plant, and it's down to 392,000 from $1 million. So probably not the cheapest it's going to be, but I think it's certainly worth buying at that level now. Certainly when it's only cost us 274,000, which now means we've got steel being produced in our plants. And we're not far from being able to buy a bit more of his business. How much do we need in total? Let's have a look. Nearly 2 million. But I think it's worth it to try and get rid of him as a complete competitor. And then of course once we liquidate his assets anyway, we'll get money back. Just sell that there. Didn't say in a specific. What are we producing? We're not producing any steel at the minute. That train's up there, and that train's up there. We need a demand for steel, I suppose, which in turn we need a demand for tools. Let's just see what the demand for tools is in Austin. There is a demand for tools. So, what level was that? That was about 85,000 citizens. So Beaumont's got 70,000. So we can't put anything there. What about Houston? That's
and
not
again,
far
one
from
of your trains has lost its wheels on the way.
From wanting tools of its own. Dallas is growing rapidly still, and Oklahoma's growing too. Let's see if we can demolish this now. Yeah, enough time has passed, so we got the bonus for it. Let's get the money back from this and invest it back into into his business. So we're up to 800 and so 1,000. Dallas is going to want. Oh, Dallas can have something else as well. Austin's grown, so the demand for tools is there. So we've produced. We've delivered 12 loads of tools to Austin already, and we are starting to produce steel again. Cool. Let's have a look at his company. How much can we buy?
Now you're trying to do it.
We're up to 77%. I think we're just going to buy it and wipe him out completely. Dallas is now producing. Cloth, which actually is not a bad shout. Get rid of that train before it becomes an issue. So we could get stuff delivered to Oklahoma now to try and increase that. Beaumont still not quite growing. What do we need to make that grow? Milk, whiskey, cheese and salt. Oh look, we've got milk up there. How about we get some milk in the system, guys? That would be pretty good, to be fair. That's an expensive line. That's better. To be spending that much on track. So let's get. Do we have a warehouse? We have. No, we haven't got a warehouse, have we? We've got a warehouse in Houston, though. So let's get milk into Houston. That's a shout, guys. Wagons, a couple of trains.
It will be put to good use.
So what have we done there? We've delivered 12 loads of tools to Austin. Quicker than I thought. They produced a total of 13 loads of steel. It's going to be the one. But you know what? We've got. We could put something in that's out. You know, what else is going to use steel? Toy factory. Canned goods. Problem is we can't afford it currently. First milk coming in though. And if we can distribute milk, that'll be even better because that will help the towns grow. I wonder if we up that to 8 trains. It's not cheap though, guys. It's not cheap to do these trains at all. So the steel is being produced. I just want to buy out the rest of his. I'm going to keep that right up now. We're going to get milk there soon. We're not receiving any pallets really. No whiskey, no cheese. We could do with getting cheese being produced. And we need a total. Oh, let's buy him out. Let's buy him out. So let's merger. And let's just liquidate everything. Okay, unfortunately, we're only going to get a revenue of 900. Oh, we got 2 million. We got 2 million, right? So that now has got rid of him completely and helped us clear his tracks off the map. I think we get potentially cheese being formed here. Let's delete that train before that one becomes an issue. Oh dear. Dresses are being made there now. Okay, so we need to be getting realistically Fayette into the fold. We need to be getting maintenance depot there, but I think we need to be adding apples, milk, all through there. So that we can get even more milk coming through now. We want to do it as cheap as possible, guys. We're going to come in on this line that we've already created. It's a hell of a distance, guys, again. This is going to work for both linking up milk and bring in Fayette into it. Let's get a couple of trains running from there. also just open up this end of the track. So that we have access to the four lines wherever you want to work. Oh, again, not again, come on. Can't say I've ever had this issue before with this game. Do seem to be having a little bit of an issue with stick drift though, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, cool. We've now got 4 lines coming in on either side of Oklahoma. I don't think Oklahoma is going to play a massive part. I think we can bring this station into play now as well. A little bit of an expensive track, I'm not going to lie. It means we've now got more goods coming into Oklahoma, and we can get wood stored there as well, because why not? Minimum of 8 wagons, minimum of 2 trains, let's go. And we just need to look at what trains we're running between. Let's edit that and get 4 trains running now there. Between them 2 cities. A nice connection bonus there for sugar. We can get that connected too. How are we doing on the steel? 5. Houston's grown again. So let's have a look at what we could do with steel. We could put canned veg factory. Yes, I think that will do. And we're going to see tools. We can see canned veg come in. Realistically, we need to potentially get a new rail line that goes just from Beaumont all the way through to Austin, and we do that just as a single freight line. Trying to see where I want to progress, because we're going to produce more steel now, which is good. But what we need to do before we put the university in really is just fulfill a bit more of a demand for goods. Do with chemicals, we could do with cheese. See what this sends back. Meat, meat, meat. Just meat. Okay, so let's look at getting into Memphis now. Don't have enough cash, okay. So, what do we need to do? We need to do Dallas to Memphis, and I think that the quickest way to do that would be straight across here. So let's actually connect. Doesn't hurt, does it, to have an extra station? Especially when sugar is a commodity. Oh, and of course it doesn't like us using tunnels. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. Yep, that's not bad. Let's see if we can connect. We can. So not a hugely expensive track either. Let's make sure we are storing some sugar in the warehouse. Allow sugar to then start being distributed nicely from this station as well. Oh, there's a collision going on up here. What's going on? Cracking. Dallas could do with some cheese, maybe. We're not seeing any milk coming yet. But milk can come from either end now, to be fair. Starting to see some pallets, whiskey, cheese, salt. Where's salt? I've seen salt somewhere. Oh, there it is, salt. How much is that? Do we need that? Do we need it out of the way? Potentially, yes, we could do with that coming out of the way. How about that one? Let us try and start running a train up towards Memphis. See how much it's going to cost us. Because it is quite the distance. Some of its tunnels. Okay. Let's get another bond. There we go. Let's get this built. Let's get Tennessee purchased. And let's get a train station here. Memphis, right on the edge.
So you're coming too? Don't rob me of my time or my money.
Don't worry, love. We are coming too. Either that, or let's have a look, see if we can do what I did before with the track points. Really weird that, guys, but I can do it like that. Oh wow, that is such a long track. One of the longest tracks I think I've built so far playing this time round. We're going to start straight away putting that in like that. The stick drift is starting to drive me crazy. I don't know if it's just sensitivity on the game or what. Okay, right, so now we've got that stupidly long track, which is going to take about 17 weeks to cross all the way from there to Memphis.
Despite its name, Texas and New Orleans has never been connected to New Orleans, thanks to the Civil War. Now you have the opportunity to make history in several ways.
Let's get a couple of trains running on there. And first of all, let's delete Memphis 2 and add a maintenance depot there. Okay, so we've fulfilled the total of 13 loads of steel. We've delivered the 12 tools to Austin, by 20% stock of General Donovan's company, and transport 60 passengers without changing from Dallas to Memphis. That's what we're working on now. Her company is going to be quite expensive to buy out. So, multiple trains waiting to be deployed. Let's have a look. What's waiting to be deployed at the city? Let's see what we can see. Dallas to Memphis 3 is waiting to be deployed. Oh, right, okay, yeah. That's fine. Austin, we just need to see that fulfillment top up a little bit more. We're still not seeing much milk. Oh, there we go. Talk about milk. Yeah, we've got milk arrived. Dresses. We're not making any dresses. We've not received any wood, cheese, salt, toilet roll, tools, canned goods. I wonder if we put 3 trains on.
The work is progressing well from my side, too. The desert poses different challenges than Louisiana. First and foremost, the route is a much longer one. I see that I didn't make a mistake by relying on you. It's time to restore the Texas and New Orleans Railroad to its former glory. Provided you can supply enough material, the swamps should pose only a financial problem.
Do you think a new locomotive can help you now?
Okay, so let's have a look at what our next tasks are. We're at 55%. So negotiating the swamp, achieve an express rail between Memphis and New Orleans, reach 40,000 citizens in New Orleans, deliver loads of wooden planks to Beaumont. Well, it's making it there anyway, so deliver 12 loads of steel to Beaumont. 24 wooden planks to New Orleans and 12 loads of steel to New Orleans. So let's put a cheeky... Hold on, we've got a rail line, haven't we? Let's go there.
My saboteur has failed, of course. I want to work with professionals once. Just once.
Let's edit that and see if we can prioritize it to take steel. See what it comes up with. Yep, so look, we are moving steel to Beaumont, so that's not an issue, and we should make the wood in Beaumont automatically. Right, so New Orleans, where's New Orleans? Alabama, Atlanta, so Memphis, Jackson, New Orleans. Okay, so we need to cross the Mississippi now. So can we let's get rid of this because it's going to be in my way. Is that all it was? Oh, no, there's that one there as well. Shreveport, not so interested in. You know why? Makes absolutely no interest to me. But the salt up there does. The salt looks interesting. So, we should go through Jackson and down to New Orleans. That's what we should do. And we should go via Young Station. We'll do that. And what we're going to do here then is open up the tracks. Again, so that we've got fairly decent amount of room to use. It's doing it again. Fix the other station where we're coming through in a minute as well to handle more trains. Okay. We'll fix this one as well because this looks like it could be an important route in a minute. Allowing the 4 track. Oh my god, it's not allowed it to be 4 tracks. We'll fix that so it does. A little bit of trial and error, guys, sometimes, but it's for the greater good of our moving goods. Sometimes you just got to do it. Okay, so that's now fixed that. Supply tower there. Supply tower there. Yep, good. Let's just fix this now between Beaumont and Allen Rest. There. It's amazing how you can't really do this scenario without the use of bonds. You just don't seem, you make a good bit of money, but you just don't seem to make enough money. Okay, we can press play there. Just get the same treatment this side of Beaumont as well, guys. like it. Okay, so that side of Beaumont's going to have to just stay as it is, unfortunately. So we're going through Jackson to New Orleans. Oh, what a pain. What a pain. Okay, right, so we need to look at New Orleans. What's this side of it? Not a great deal. Jackson's got that. So we'll run our first 4 lines like we've just done there. 507. That's better. That's better. Actually, let's put our four lines coming out the city. Now we might be alright in regards to the fact that they actually want us to supply New Orleans with those goods. So let's stick a new rail line going from Beaumont to Jackson to New Orleans and vice versa. That will get us a start, doesn't it? And then we'll look at building Jackson up and New Orleans up. $13 out of 24, 7 out of 12. We're rocking and rolling with that. New Orleans, we can do that. Memphis has started to grow. Was the one from there? Between Memphis and New Orleans as well, so we need to look at doing that too, guys, which isn't too bad. Now we're going to put a warehouse here in Jackson. With at least wood in it for now, because I can see wood there. Cheeky little station to get that moving. Oh, okay, we didn't do the lines here at this side of Jackson randomly. So let's quickly rectify that, guys. Okay, sorted. That was done nice and quickly. We're getting some salt running in to Houston as well, if we've got any more room in the warehouse, that is. We could do with having an express line and realistically an express line and a freight line, but this scenario doesn't allow for that sort of money to be spent. Just think we could use that line. As a cheeky way to get across the country. From Memphis to New Orleans. That's
Arrived and stockpiled. It runs like clockwork.
12 loads of steel is done. 21 out of 24 is done there. New Orleans needs steel and it needs wooden planks. Let's get a few more trains running then. Let's put salt in there and let's run salt from here. Through that rail line that we've so generously built ourselves. Let's get some salt running, guys. Because we know we need salt. What we need to do is we also get New Orleans growing. So,
I just received a dispatch. The first batch has arrived.
corn, wood, and meat are a necessity. Memphis makes cloth, so that's not really a necessity, is it? Because we've got the other one making cloth. And we need meat. So who's got meat? Montgomery's got meat. Let's get some meat coming through from Montgomery.
Everything's been going fine in this town so far. Why are you giving me trouble?
Why not? Can we put a station there? Yes. That'd be ideal. Run that into New Orleans. For now, we'll just do the two. So another hefty line, that one. curve is too tight. I don't see a curve. What I do see is frustration. Okay, cool. We are down to no money again, guys. But we're in a position now where things are going to get better, I think. Wow, 600,000 already. Yeah, it really is picking up now, isn't it? Do furniture.
You make it far too easy for me if you don't invest in guards.
Do not have any fabric coming now to do have some fabric coming to Austin, but it's not a lot. Right, so let's focus now on getting this Memphis to... Oh, don't start sabotaging us, come on. Some look at this. Wow. Very often I miss it, but you know, sometimes you do. Need,
You really should pay better attention to the maintenance of your locomotive. Unnecessary competition costs us both valuable time.
to Montgomery. If we're going to get New Orleans growing, this is what we need to be doing, because New Orleans currently is not growing. Which isn't good. Oh, New Orleans is now currently growing. We've got wheat, we've got wood, we've got meat, we've got beer. No sugar, but we've got cloth. So we need to look at getting steel, and I think that's going to be one hell of a line all the way over there. Freight. Let's make it 2 trains. So we've got meat, 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 meat. Okay, guys. So we were looking at Archer Station, wasn't we? As that being our link to Memphis. So let's do that. Run that up there like that. Get it to then link. Not link, but run. Want it to run alongside. There we go, like that. And then through the station. We can use a 6 grid iron as well. And in this one we can use 4 grid iron now. Beautiful. And then we'll progress further up towards. We'll put a train station there so that we can run through that. Potentially not at a stupid cost. Okay, so that now links up those two. Let's have a look at our progression. We're up to 19,897 people in New Orleans. Is it still growing? It is. Very slowly, but we're growing. Have we got any steel delivered or wooden planks delivered to New Orleans yet? No. Which is kind of frustrating. Austin to New Orleans. It's only just got through Houston. Wow. So that's a fair old run for it to do. I would like to see just planks being delivered. Try and level that up a little bit so we've got more planks being produced. New Orleans is growing, we're up to 20,000. We have got a real good supply of pretty much everything this side. And let's continue with our track upwards towards Memphis. Okay. Oh, we stop. Okay, so we should now be able to get our express route from Memphis down to New Orleans with no issue. So we want express, confirm. And we just then need to focus on getting these planks delivered. Planks and planks and steel. Oh, we've got steel moving now. Look at that. Steel is now moving towards New Orleans.
That will cost you time and money.
And maybe I should just make a track that goes from Beaumont to New Orleans, and it only takes see if that will work. Might take a little while to load, but I can't see it being impossible. See if we can produce some more. Are we getting enough wood to produce? I presume we are getting enough wood. New Orleans is still growing. We should achieve that. Let's check. Well, it's made it back to Memphis, so
Situated at the mouth of
that's
the
that
Mississippi
completed.
River, New Orleans is one of America's most important transportation ports. This makes the city the ideal starting point for the Sunset Route.
And we're up to 70%, so I don't think we're quite done with this scenario just yet, guys. start seeing salt and stuff coming. Got enough wheat, we've got enough cows, we've got enough corn. Only 23% of wood, 50% of wood needed. No cloth. We are getting milk, fruit and veg. Dresses have started, pallets have started. We could do with some whiskey, cheese. So do we need another train coming from Lopez? I presume. We really could. Or maybe not. Not making enough pallets. Seems we are. We are literally being swallowed up constantly. So what could we use here? Wheat, corn. We could do with corn. Let's get a warehouse. Let's get some wheat distributed. I don't really want to have to restructure the lines here, guys. We've got 8 trains running. I don't know who's using all the wood. I can't see what's going on because we're certainly producing wood, but are we using? They just seem to be using it, making it difficult. This, guys. And that's
This
only
breakdown
moving.
impressively demonstrates how it should not be done.
That's not moving that much. How about steel? Are we producing enough steel? 5,000 now. We've still not dropped off any wooden pallets or any what's going on there? These lines aren't strong enough, but we're right up here. Trains are just crowding all the time. Really don't fancy restructuring all the lines. Sugar, corn. Sugar and corn would really help grow. They're just so far away. What we'll do there, because it just keeps wanting to increase distance, we'll just put a second train running on its own steam. And then that way we've got two separate trains doing the same job. They don't have to be separated. Might have to restructure some of these lines here, guys. I can't understand why Beaumont's not making enough pallets. That's my biggest sort of like, we're not making enough pallets and we can't get them delivered out to New Orleans. But there's no saying we can't get Jackson. If we can get Jackson to grow, don't see sugar or corn anywhere apart from corn up there. Sugar we could feed down. I think we could do that from Martin Station, down here, and then connect it that way. So that could be a possibility, guys. So let's do that. Let's try that. Nice easy connection to get sugar moving. So let's put sugar in the Jackson warehouse. And then run a new rail line that goes from there all the way down to Jackson. Let's do 2 trains. Let's just make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Make it 4 lines. 3 lines gives just that extra. Extra bit there. What else can we do? Corn. Maybe we could put a warehouse here with corn in it, so that when the Martin Station from Dallas to runs, it takes corn back with it. Let's see what the warehouse has got in regards to corn. 2. So let's edit that and have 2 trains running. Right, let's see if that makes any difference, guys.
Why do you invest so little in the reliability of your trains?
Austin to New Orleans. Oh, we've got steel moving to New Orleans now, guys. Nice. Yes, we've got a good bit of steel moving to New Orleans now, guys. So the steel's on its way. We've got no issue with that. It's just the wooden planks now. Looks like we've got a second train of sugar coming, which is good. And have we got any corn stored there yet? No, we haven't. We're going to see if we take corn back with us. Nope, not currently yet. But it will happen. It will happen, guys. It will. Okay, Jackson's growing doubly quick now. And New Orleans is up to almost 30,000. So as soon as we get 30,000, I'd like to say we could put an immigration office there, but we can't. We still can't seem to supply enough wood. We'll change them to 4. We just need to... The steel's definitely on its way. We just need to figure out this situation with the wooden planks. The solution might be that we build one in Jackson or even Memphis. In fact, let's give that a go. And then we just need to supply a steady flow of wood to Memphis. That's nice and easy. 8, 2 trains, boom. And then we'll figure out the logistics between putting a train between Memphis and New Orleans that isn't express.
The materials ordered have just arrived.
So a new rail line between Memphis and New Orleans. A couple of trains. See what happens there, but I reckon we can get wooden planks moving there then. Pretty simply. So guys, I'm going to let this happen. Okay, so it took a little bit of time, but it looks like we are about to achieve it. We've now fulfilled, on the 11th of October 1877, reached 40,000 citizens in New Orleans, and we've got our last 5 planks of wood coming from
New Orleans appreciates the delivery.
Memphis. That's where we drove all the planks of wood from
have been delivered.
towards
Now
New
we
Orleans.
can finally advance into the swamps.
Why do you invest so little in the reliability
Okay,
of
so
your
let's
train?
see what
My
our
company,
last few
Southern
tasks
Pacific,
are.
has almost
Achieve
completed the route between
6
Los
cities with
Angeles and
80,000 or
Austin.
more citizens in your
Soon
rail
our
network. We're up to
networks can be
4
connected,
out of
and
6
the new
on that already.
transcontinental
We've
route will be completed.
purchased
Now the
General
Texas and
Donovan's
New Orleans
company
is bigger than
already.
ever before.
And
I
established
think we
a
can
connection
chalk this
between
up as
Beaumont
your
and New
personal
Orleans
achievement.
that is shorter
I
than
am impressed. Your network
430
is paying
kilometres.
for itself much faster than estimated.
Okay, so we might have to relook at our connection here, but that's probably fairly simple. We'll just kind of run it right across the edge of the red instead of through. What's train has a negative balance. Cool. Not too fussed about that. So let's see. That's got 105,000. 100,000. 100,000. 81,000. So that's 4 cities already. Beaumont, we need to really kind of see what we need here, just to try and pick up a bit more. So corn, we need corn. Apples, dresses.
I put time and money into this saboteur, but it was money well spent.
So we've got, why don't we put a dressmakers there? Put a dressmakers there. Dresses then should go to Beaumont. New Orleans is still growing. Jackson's still growing. Memphis has kind of stopped. So we've got our 1, 2, 3, 4. If we can get Jackson growing maybe up to 80,000, that's 5. New Orleans is on the grow as well. What could we produce in New Orleans that's going to benefit us? It's got to be something that's viable as well, because of commodities that are within range. Realistically, we don't have sugar, but we have milk, so we could put cheese. We could put cheese into the mix.
Is it hard for you to calculate? One business, one station. That's easy, isn't it?
It doesn't hurt to have extra milk then also in the warehouse. So do you know what? Let's edit that to be 2 trains. So yes, Beaumont is now regrowing. Good. Jackson's growing. Memphis is growing. New Orleans is growing. I think they're doing okay here. We can put a library up here soon as well, as soon as we hit the 50,000. Okay, so we need to look at this. How do we make a track from Beaumont to New Orleans? Ah, we can go straight across here now, can't we? So let's just very simply do it like why don't we just build a new station? A new station, just like that. There we go, simple guys.
Texas and New Orleans Railroad is once again worthy of its name.
Get rid
Good
of that.
job.
And get rid of that. It's not cost us anything really. We've achieved that pretty quickly. So we just need to either put all competitors out of business, which would be nice, and have the total. So let's start doing that, and let's get some people in our cities.
Another breakdown that will cost you time and money.
Right, let's see what we can do here to help Beaumont grow. Cheese, whiskey, dresses, corn. So where's corn? We could really do with just getting a train that goes directly up there with corn. Annoying as it is, but obviously we can't supply clearly enough goods, so we'll do that. We'll do a new train that goes from there to Beaumont, normal of 8 wagons, go. for Beaumont to grow. So corn's going to be on the way. Wood is being supplied. Fabric apples. So it doesn't hurt just to maybe put a train that also goes from there to Beaumont, just to help get apples moving up there as well. New Orleans is doing well. Jackson is 48 now, and if we're doing more dresses and stuff, that's what the issue with that is. Let's have a look at dresses. Let's level up the industry and get more being made. I'm not interested in connecting all the cities at the moment. I'm interested in getting Beaumont growing. We're almost there, guys. Now it's starting to see a good, good bit. So apples are on the way. Dresses should come soon.
Why do you invest so little in the reliability of your trains?
About we do some salt. Let's do a salt train to there. Right, so we're now up to 5 out of 6. New Orleans is growing rapid. New Orleans is up to 55,000 already, and growing strong. Fruit and veg.
This town needs another train station. I hope that doesn't bother you.
And we've already got it connected, so why not use it? And we've already got apples there as well, so let's get some apples into the mix too. Okay, cool. Let's just add apples into the warehouse here. Nice. So we should be rapidly growing these cities now. Once these cities are grown, we are good. Let's try and buy a bit more of her business.
I do all the work, and you want to reap the rewards? Not gonna happen.
It's gonna happen, love. It's going to happen. And at this point, guys, I think all we've got to do now is just wait for these cities to grow. We are fulfilling huge amounts of need. For the 10,000 people, 20,000 people, and we are done. So we will return. Okay, we are almost there, guys. 5 out of 6. And if you check New Orleans, we're at 79,952. It's August 26, 1878.
Alert business spirit and iron determination had raised the Texas and New Orleans Railroad from the ashes of the Civil War. More than that, it had made it part of a continent-spanning railway line. Previously, in order to transport goods from the east to the west coast, either South America had to be circumnavigated or the Rocky Mountains crossed, which was difficult during the winter. But with the Sunset Route, a connection had now been created that it could be used the whole year. Passenger transportation also came to life, and soon the Sunset Limited was to prove the success of a luxury train in America. The Orient Express in Europe was only just ahead of this, and the completion of the Nord Express was imminent.
The final stages of a major project are always a balancing act. Most of the work is done, but a mistake in this last stage can be catastrophic. At this moment, the first passenger train is departing from Los Angeles, soon to arrive in New Orleans. You haven't promised me too much. It's done. The Sunset Route will go down in history as something very special. And both of us with it. You have achieved great things here. Hats off.
Brilliant. So that is it done, and it's also done in Chief Executive. So nice and easy. So thank you very much. Took a little bit longer than I expected it. Let's move on to the next chapter. So thank you very much for watching. Take care, guys. Bye bye.